Dino Bo coming at you with another video. We're going to be looking at something pretty cool today. We're going to be discussing the prep side of fossils. What are the prep side of fossils? I'm glad you asked. Whenever we find fossils, a lot of times they are in rock. Why do we want to get them out of the rock? Well, we want to get them out of the rock so we can see what they look like and see their features. That way we can actually tell what they came from. So we're going to take a quick look at our subject today, what we're going to be prepping out, and then we'll head off to our prep bench.
All right, so what we're looking at here, as you can see, is a small rock. This is a very small rock off of a big, huge rock that was about the size of my car. And what we're looking at today is this specific thing right here. This little thing right here, that's actually a dinosaur tooth, y'all. It's a broken one. It's a broken, worn down piece of one, but we can tell because of the texture that it has there in the middle. This here is a dinosaur tooth. So, I want to get it out of this rock and see what it looks like. More than most likely, it belongs to a guy called Protohadrus. It's what we call a spitter, meaning it was a tooth that got all worn down and then or broken off and just was spat on the ground, kind of. So Protohadrus was a duck-billed dinosaur that is only found here in North Texas. And so, yeah, we're going to do a little bit of prep work, try to get this out and see what it looks like. All right, so the first thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at what is this thing sitting in. A lot of times, what I'll use is I will use a little dental pick here. A lot of times I can use this stuff to scrape things away, and it'll work relatively well. However, with this little thing right here, what we can see, this purple stuff here is iron. Matter of fact, if you look right here on that edge, you can kind of see it shine. That's the actual iron in there. You can kind of see right there lighten up. So a dental pick is not going to do me a whole lot of good in that case. So what I have here is I have an air scribe. Now this air scribe is hooked up to an air compressor. What this does, it makes this little thing go up and down a lot, kind of like a jackhammer. So what that's going to do is that's going to allow me to put this right against this rock, which we call this stuff matrix, the part that's not the fossil. It's going to let me put that right up against the matrix. And this thing is going fast enough and hard enough that if I just barely touch this matrix and stuff, it goes flying off, leaving the fossil. Now you have to be very patient because if you try to rush it, you can hit the fossil and damage it, or even worse, break it in half and have pieces go flying everywhere. So patience is key and is the name of the game when dealing with something like fossil prep. And really the only other tool in my toolkit or arsenal is this stuff, Paleo Bond. Paleo Bond is basically super glue, except for fossils. You can even use super glue if you want. The only difference is that Paleo Bond does not turn yellow. After many years, regular super glue can start to turn yellow and look kind of like gross looking. This doesn't happen with Paleo Bond. That's why it's a little bit too expensive, but it does work. And matter of fact, you can see the reason why here. This is actually another dinosaur tooth that I found. You can see how it all looks wet here. This is actually the glue. This little crack right there didn't start out that way. This little piece right here had kind of started to lift off just because of the vibrations from the air scribe. Now, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt because obviously the glue drips onto this stuff that I'm trying to get out, but that is way better than this tooth falling into 8 pieces like I had one do a few weeks ago. All right, so we had a crack start to develop right in here, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a glue break, and that's where the Paleo Bond that I talked to you about just a minute ago comes in handy. Drop a Paleo Bond here and just a little dab. A little dab will do you. All right, so the tooth is out, folks. Had to do another little glue break in between there, but as you can see, it is out. Now, it's not amazing, right? I mean, this is not a perfectly tooth, but I mean, it's a dinosaur tooth, right? I mean, how cool is that? I can definitely tell you it's protohadrous. We can kind of tell by this here that this is the outside edge. So this would be the inside. This would be like looking down on top of the tooth. And that triangle shape right there, it's exactly what we're looking for protohadrous. But yeah, to me, prepping this stuff is just super duper awesome because, as I'm doing this and I'm seeing little bits like exposed for the first time, I'm the first human being to ever see this, to ever see anything from this animal. And that is just the absolute coolest thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it inspires you guys to do some prep work yourself and like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.